Hi, my name is Wolf Butler. My wife and I run Lunar Den Lights, and I wanted to dispel some myths, or not really myths, but there's some things that certain people on some forums basically claim to be gospel that you can't do. And my advice is to try something. If it doesn't work for you, maybe try something else. But at any rate, a couple things that people insist on is that you can't have your FM transmitter anywhere near your master or the audio source for your show. This is my master controller. The last couple of years it's been a Pi 4. Before that it was a Pi 3B. And I just have it DIN mounted on a plate. There's a DIN power supply next to it. And you can see, sorry, it's kind of tight up here. This is actually in my shop area, and this is in the basement. There's the FM transmitter right behind it. With the antenna sticking up. Basically this puts it barely up above ground level outside, and I use 103.7 is my frequency, and as you can see the Pi is pretty much right next to it. There is a metal plate, and of course there's a metal DIN mounting plate behind it, but you can see there's actually a line of sight between the antenna and the Raspberry Pi, and I've had zero problems with this setup for 3 years now. Also, another thing that people insist on, again, is that Pi audio sucks and you just can't use it. You have to get a sound blaster. Well, let's see here, if I can get the right angle here. I'm using, actually I can't really get a good angle on it, but my audio from my Raspberry Pi feeds right out on a plain, ordinary, everyday audio cable and plugs right into my FM transmitter. And again, these are right next to each other. And I have zero interference or other problems with this setup, and the sound sounds just fine. I haven't noticed anything. Nobody's complained about bad audio or anything like that with this arrangement. This over here, I've got a relay system actually also plugged into the GPIOs of the Pi, and that actually toggles the FM transmitter on and off. So my master controller can control the power of the FM transmitter. But as you can see, everything is hooked up together. There's no real distance between any of these things. I have the stock antenna off the FM transmitter that just barely fits up to the bottom of the floorboard here. And that's how the master is set up. I'm going to go outside into the car now and turn on the radio, play a sequence, and tune into it, and we'll see how terrible the audio quality is with this setup. Okay, so I'm out in front of my display now, kind of across the street. I'm actually below the level of the antenna with ground between me and the antenna, but at any rate, I've got it running now. It's middle of the afternoon, which is also not ideal for sound, I mean, or for FM radio, but I just have my car radio tuned in. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but yeah, it really sounds like crap. I couldn't possibly listen to this for, you know, an hour while watching my show. So yeah, it's really not bad at all. And this is without a sound blaster, which everybody insists that you have to have. And I don't have any sound blaster USB issues that seem to keep coming up for people, where the Raspberry Pi doesn't detect it, or some other problem where USB stops working and they lose their audio. I've never lost my audio. It's always worked coming straight off the Raspberry Pi. So, let's see, I'm going to shut up for a minute and let you listen to this terrible audio quality.